Hey guys, Welsh Prepper again, another video with Callum, and today we'll be just discussing about when's the right time to bug out. Sorry about that. When's the right time to bug out, what you should do while you're bugging out, and where you should bug out to. Alright, so I'll just put my group, well, not my group, but our group in the background. Alright. Yep. Alright, we're ready to go.
Alright.
You want to introduce yourself, Callum?
Well, hopefully you know who I am from the last video. But I'm Callum, I'm the other admin of Prepping and Survival UK. Come out, check us out. Yeah, we'll be discussing on this video bugging out. So yeah.
Right. Well, first, I'd say is location, where you live. Because someone who lives in the Highlands of Scotland is going to have a completely different interpretation from someone who lives in the centre of London. So, you know, make the most of where you live. I mean, if you live in a flat, maybe bugging out wouldn't be such a good idea. Maybe staying in would. If you live near a massive forest, bugging out maybe seems quite a good idea. It changes. I mean, if you live in a flat, your advantages are, you know, you can block the stairs and the lift off, and then basically you've got, you know, you're sectioned off, aren't you? But
yeah, you got an advantage and disadvantage.
Yeah.
So in all places, like if you're in a flat, advantage, block it off. You can have everything from your floor upwards. You could create a community up there, but then you got a gang of 100, 200 people at the bottom. They're going to make their way in. You have no escape out, do you? There's a stairway and a lift. The lift's not going to be working. Power out. Stairs. Two flights of stairs. They're going to be blocked off by the gang. So you're not going to escape.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Like I was saying.
Yeah.
But if you live somewhere where there is a lot of places to go, then take advantage of that. Because I live in Wales and Callum lives near London. Oh crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you really want to just take advantage of that. I mean, I would go bug out to the mountain near me, and Callum would probably, I don't know what he would do. He'd probably go to.
I'm going to try and make my way up towards Wales because I've got family heading up from where I live, up, all the way to a couple of miles from where Ben lives.
Exactly. So
yeah.
And what you should consider taking, I mean, bug out bags are obviously the main thing, and it is thousands of videos of bug out bags on YouTube, so I'm not going to go into that in much detail really, because just search bug out bag in YouTube and the amount of things will come up will be ridiculous. Yeah, you just want to take with you a decent knife, ration meals, MREs preferably because they've got a heater in them, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, guys, just remember, if you're from the UK, no looking at American bug out bags, because nearly 80% of them have firearms in. Yes, we have air pistols and that, but Americans, they've got real firearms that we would never have access to.
Yep.
So, yeah. The best things we have over here is crossbows, air pistols, and air rifles.
And for bugging out, I'd take a slingshot. Not for defence, really, but unlimited amount of ammo, isn't there, really?
Yeah, you said you would take like your crossbow in that, and your air pistol for primary self-defence, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which you know you'll run out of gas, but for self-defense getting to your bug out through like some streets and that, you're going to need it.
Yeah, you are, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
after
just like-
saying safety
Most
numbers.
of the time,
yeah.
you're not even going to have to fire off a round. You just got to look at it, and they will run.
Yep, exactly.
So, yeah.
It's really the fact, the scare factor of it alone is enough to say, oh, I'm not going to go near him. Even if you pull out, I mean, I'll show you the gun in a bit, but if you just pull that out and point it at someone, point blank, they're not going to step forwards, I'll tell you that. Really. And it's general impression, if you're wearing MTP camouflage, the full kit, and there's a gun in your hand, people are going to think you're the real deal, actually the army. So, you know, it's giving a fake impression that you're not actually doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, going on about camouflage clothing, that steer us onto another section of camo up or civvy up. Going civvies or going camo.
Yep.
If you're in London, steer away from camouflage clothing because you're going to draw attention to yourself. Unless you've got like 50 guys with Bergens, full military uniform that are going to look the part, play the part, people aren't going to mess with you then. But if you're in the city with a little bag, 2 of you, 3 of you, dressed in camo, you're going to draw attention to yourself. If you're in the countryside, in the woods, cam up, then you're going to not be seen so much. If you're bugging out to the woods, take a small little pack with you, or put civvies on.
Yep.
As soon as you get to that woods, don the camo. So yeah.
So it's just, you know, don't wear ridiculous clothing in the wrong place, basically.
Yeah. Right place for your right environment.
So, and then bugging out, you either want to travel light, like take just a small kit, like the bag that you're seeing in the screen at the moment, a small little Miltech bag with a tarp set up and all that, and stay on your feet and hope for the best, or have a actual place to go once you finish, and this is called a bug out location, a BOL. Me and Callum have plans for one in great detail, which will be a long, kind of like a complex really, be a long kind of structure with a wall around it, and then well, I'm not going to tell you too much, but you know, like there'll be a kind of a bunker at the back of it, cabins, like a retreat basically.
Yeah.
And we could have camping, we can do overnighters there and everything. You know, just like a sack. It's like a kind of prepping is kind of like insurance for yourself. No one does it for you. You do it yourself, and you feel good about doing it yourself. Because if something did happen, which you probably won't, you have a peace of mind, don't you? You know, well, there's going to be a massive frost soon, or a massive snowstorm.
If you think about it, stuff has already happened, hasn't it? The flooding. Imagine on some of those little islands there were preppers. I bet you they're so glad they were.
Exactly.
And, yeah. So it's not all about doomsday, the end of the world, and all that rubbish. It's
little things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the worst of the worst for me and Callum is an economic collapse, like the government completely mess up, which is still very possible. But you think when someone says doomsday,
there's a high chance of it at the moment.
Exactly. And when someone says prepper, they think, oh, prepping for a meteor to hit the Earth or 2012, all that crap. No, it's not about that. It's about say Tesco or something can't get food in, there's food shortage for a few days and you got a bit of food. It's simple stuff like that. It's not extreme. Nothing like that. It's just...
Yeah, it's like you can't prep for the ends of the world, can you?
No, you can't, because it is the end of the world. You know, it's end.
Right, if it was... Yeah.
You know, you're talking ridiculous like that. doomsday preppers with those people who are prepping for a meteor. They haven't even got a bloody bunker, so how are they gonna, you know, don't, don't, don't. If you want to get into prepping, but you're deterred from it because people think you're crazy, don't be deterred from it, because it's not just prepping. It's survivalist. It's camping. It's hiking. It's having a laugh. It's bushcraft. It's meeting up with mates. I mean, at the end of the day, who's the guy with the £175 crossbow shooting, targets in the back garden? It's brilliant. And you don't have to learn a lot of stuff, I tell you that. I mean, I'm doing a bricklaying course in school, but by the end of it, I can build a lot of stuff in the bug out location because of the skills I've learned in school. So I can.
Yeah, Ben's good at building. I'm good at electronics.
Exactly.
But we both good at plumbing a bit, so we could probably build it ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I know how to professionally bricklay. I mean, I'm probably better than the teacher there because he's crap. He just chucks it on and kind of makes a mess of it. But I take my time with it. I mean, there's no rush, is there? But right, you see that Doomsday Castle thing? I mean, my God, that guy must be. But yeah, it's a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I mean, that guy laid his first cinder block for that castle thing. He must have been thinking, oh my God, it's going to take forever. But you see it now, it's 75% complete and it looks amazing. It's that kind of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah. So we've gone over that. Fucking hell. Location choice. Ben, what'd you pick?
Highlands, forest. But if you're in an urban area, try and find somewhere that's abandoned, like an abandoned, place you can go.
Warehouse.
Yeah, like somewhere that's urban but still kind of secluded.
Remember this: 1 way in equals 3 ways out. 2 ways in, 6 ways out. So, yeah, rule of 3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, in an urban area, get that. If you live in London, there's a big chance if you go down the subways, you can just stay in there. Not like on the stations, actually go down the tracks, because every time you go down the actual lines, there's a little door, and if you go down that, it's like a big. It's like a bunker, really. It's like a big control room, and if it is shit in the fan and it isn't operating, you got yourself a bunker, really, haven't you? What did they use in World War II? Where the people sleep during the bombings? It's a natural bunker. So think. Well, this is what I've got. What can I do? How can I make the most of it? That kind of stuff, really.
Yeah. It's not all about kit, it's about the mindset.
Yeah. But then kit helps a lot.
Wherever you go, you got to think, okay, there's possible. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just thinking on your feet, really.
For me, I'll be straight out where I live, because it's if I go one way for about it's about 10 miles. It's quite close, actually. It's London. If I go the other way, a couple of miles, countryside, for miles. So I'm like in the perfect place. But where Ben lives, name no places, Wales somewhere, not gonna say. It's countryside everywhere. He's got hills, he's got mountains. Perfect. He's got streams, fresh water. You've got all the animals, food.
Yeah, I nearly got a pigeon the other day, but it flew off. Yeah.
So I'll be heading straight up there. Might take me a couple of weeks on foot with my family.
So
it takes a couple of weeks. Got enough food in meals ready to eat there, like They don't taste nice, but you're going to shove them down your throat because you're hungry. You're going to know they got the energy for you. They come with heaters. They're lightweight. You're going to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
My plan is to follow the coast.
Yep.
Even if we can use the car for a couple of miles, on top, I've got some kayaks which I'll take.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can use your surroundings. I mean, I would stay put and wait for Callum, but you know, Callum's journey up here would it'd take a while, and hopefully you can get those bikes that don't need filling up with air. They're just all rubber, because in a shift, fuel's going to be a big problem.
Yeah. But my parents always like to keep the car filled up. So little parents, but they know that fuel shortage where the tankers were going to go on strike. They're like, well, what happens if they go on strike? We're going to need to get to places. So they keep it tipped up, tops up.
Yeah,
Take
exactly.
it out of my dad's van, put it in my mum's car.
Yeah.
Because they're both diesel. That's going to give me enough petrol or diesel with a couple of extra, I think it's like 20 something miles extra to get to Ben's. So we're counting for extra weight and like detours that you've got to take. A couple of jerry cans extra. I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
Follow
Exactly.
the coast, there's going to be less traffic because they're all heading for main motorways. So yeah.
It's just, you know, no matter how you do it, you have to set yourself goals and you got to reach them. I mean,
Yeah.
as I said before, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and that single step could be the hardest thing you do in your life. But it gets every step gets easier and easier and easier, and then you on 999 you got one more step to do, and then you're done, and you thank God you've done it. It's all a mindset, really. You don't need all this fancy kit or whatever, although it's a bonus. You just need to, you know, have a friend with you, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and you know, whatever happens, so be it. But as long as you've done what you wanted in life, you've done the certain goals you've set when you're younger, and you've enjoyed it. What more can you do, really? You can't prepare for something that's completely ridiculous. You just, you know, have a laugh, really, and you know, enjoy it. I mean, this bug application is something I really want to do, and I really want to get into, and I know we will do it, and sometime down the line we will finish it. It's just, you know, it's a goal that we need to finish, and it's, you know, just basic prepping chat, really.
Like, to be honest, when me and Ben chat, we always talk about like teenage stuff, and then we always talk about, and it always leads into prepping, and then it always leads into teenage stuff and prepping. So we're not constantly talking about prepping. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, have a laugh with it. I mean, me and Callum want to do. There's loads of There's loads of stuff we want to do when we're older. We want to go backpacking in America, Europe, Canada, own our own shop. It's the list can go on forever, and I know it will. And I'm not that bothered about having kids really until I'm older. So with that being said, I got a bit of money. I either want to join the army or I want to be a park ranger or something like that, outdoors really. So I get the money. I have a bit of spare money. I can get a defender. I can get myself a nice bit of kit. What I'm going to do is 20% or whatever of my funds will go to the bug application. You know, it's just kind of like my own taxing, really. Yeah, I kind of mean. I'm taxing myself on the bug application. So if you don't, then it'll never get finished.
Yeah, we're both going to do that. So we got what we need to do first. and then we can do it after to make it perfect. But yeah, so that's budget out location we talked about. What else, Ben?
It's not that. I guess you could talk about morale, I suppose, like keeping yourself, because not a lot of people forget that when you're like, trying to survive the end of the world, you gotta, you try and get yourself occupied, don't you?
Yeah.
And power and fuel and all these resources, even stuff like as simple as deodorant. You gotta remember, it's not just. You ask a prepper what the three main things to stockpile is, it'd be food, water, and fuel, or food, water, and guns, or whatever you're American. But it's necessities like certain cream if you get rashes, a certain tool like a can opener. I mean, if you forget one little thing, it makes your life difficult. I mean,
Yeah, you really
look at
really
the
have
amount.
to think.
Look at the amount of tools that are in your mum's kitchen. You know. Can you whittle that down to one thing? No, it's impossible.
Yeah. So you really have to think about what you use in everyday life.
Exactly.
You use a computer every day. Yeah, that's not going to work in shift. Write stuff down.
Yep, exactly. Get into